Good evening. How you doing? Welcome to the BLAPPS TARK show. This is your man BLAPPS, Better Living and Positive Propaganda System, talking about real knowledge. That's BLAPPS TARK. And this is the 29th of July, 2018. This is the second show in the new era. And I'll be talking about what's happening over here in the UK, what's happening over there, anything outside of the UK, celebrity and community, what's happening to our celebrities in this world, and what's happening in the local community or communities in the UK. And lastly, I'll be talking about what sparks me off. Yes, I will be going off on something, a subject. The last part of the show will be about me grinding my gears, blah, 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 what grinds my gears, etc., etc. People are getting into the chat room straight away. They're texting me like hell. You can probably hear that. Welcome to the show. Stand back, chill. Let me do my introduction music to get you hype. Welcome, settle down, get into the chat room. Tell me what you're thinking. Don't forget, you can text. If you can't get in the show, inbox me. Yeah, loads of people I didn't expect to in the chat room are in the chat room. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of people in the chat room. I didn't expect to be in the chat room. I'm quite shocked. But that's pretty cool. Make yourself known in the chat box, you know, and then I'll introduce you if you don't mind being introduced. Hayden, what's happening, bruh? All right. Julie Brown, hey baby. Heaven sent that lady. That's cool. Yeah, I think I'll go away with that. It's cool. Don't worry. Okay, I'm gonna get this party started, because we ain't got much time. So I'll keep that little busting in the background because the public enemy is the public enemy. It's an enema, public enema. What the hell is a public enema? Right, over here we're talking about an upsetting subject for most. It's especially if you've got children, teenage children. 5 children. They're children. Let's not get it. Let's the young adults. You may debate on that, but they're children. They're 15. They're still teenagers. Done for murder. Sent down for murder. Life imprisonment for 5 of them because they tortured and basically took out this guy called Jacob Abraham, who they had a beef with. Who knows what the beef was about? But really, you got to stab him 8 times to prove that you're the correct ones in the beef. He's been punished now. He's been taught a lesson, as you said you were trying to do. They were trying to stab this guy to make out that they are the kingpins in the area and they need to be listened to. Okay, so this is the reason why they retaliate. Well, not even retaliate. They were trying to settle a beef and make sure this guy stepped to the line. So they got this guy. Let me tell you their names because it's incredible. Right. Not that the names are going to tell you anything, but it says Cal Fisher Dixon, Shayab Mahmood, Tremaine Gray, Amarian Stevens, and Abdullah Khalid Mohammed attacked Jacob Abraham in Waltham Cross in December. And they've just gone through the court now this month after a long drawn out court case. I don't know if it's long, but it's definitely been going on a while. And he was stabbed 10 days before his birthday and they killed him. He died of the wounds, 8 stab wounds. I don't know if they knew anything about anatomy, but stabbing one place in the wrong place will get you done. You know what I mean? You really just need if you know anything about, got me tool, I've got me tool. Where's your tool? I've got me tool. It's a pliers, all right? It's just to illustrate. If this was on blade length of 3 inches, okay, it's about 3 inches long. You only need about this much to go into the wrong place. This much amount of blade to go in the wrong place on your body, and you will bleed out in 30 seconds to a minute. You'll be dead. You bleed out. So they're just stabbing indiscriminately. They don't know what they're doing, and they're doing it with obviously kitchen blades and big machetes, or I don't know what they carry around these days, but I'm pretty sure it ain't like a kitchen knife or a Swiss Army knife. You get me? They're dealing with malicious intent, and that's what the court decided, that they're gonna talk to these guys, make sure they're going to show that children, young adults, that this is what's going to happen to you, even if you're not involved and you knew it has happened and you didn't do anything to stop it. You're going to get joint enterprise and you're going down as well. So even if you're in the back room and making sure that you're a lookout or something and you didn't actually do any physical harm, because you were there and you knew what was going on, you didn't do anything to stop it, you didn't leave or anything, yeah, you're going down as well. So what, they got 15, 20 years each? Their lives are ruined. It's over for them. It's over for the family of the person that got stabbed. The person that got stabbed's mum said there's a big hole in her life now. I'd be absolutely, I don't know what I'd be. I'd be looking to do something to someone, but that's me personally. But these people, unbelievable, incredible, and it's going on with such normality these days. It's almost endemic behavior. It's almost endemic situation we're in now. That yeah, stabbing every week. It's like it's a Friday. We should have had a stabbing by now. You know, it's when will it end? So that's what we're talking about at the moment for over here. What do the parents think? I asked my family yesterday because my aunt Sirette, hi auntie, she cussed me out yesterday. My auntie is from Jamaica, and we were talking. You know, the family was around and we were having a little food gathering, blah blah blah, talking and chatting. And I asked the question: is it the parents' fault? What do the parents need for the future of their children? What are they looking forward to? Who is responsible for producing these kind of kids that need to do this kind of thing for whatever reason? So if you're a parent, get in the chat room and let me know what you think, because I want to know. I want to know. So yeah, get into the chat room. I'm just writing a little welcome note here. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know what you think. Tell me if you can't hear me. Tell me if you can't hear the music I'm about to bust in a minute. But other than that, we're going to be talking about in the next segment, in a few minutes. It's not going to be long. We're trying to make this a real hot hour, quick little show, just to make it a little powerful show, just to cut and thrust of the world's news and events and situations, and get to the heart of the matter real quick, have a little energy over it, and then we'll put the world to rights, ready for Monday. You get me? This whole summer so far has been blistering hot, and we are getting to the point where we're complaining it's too hot, which I think is, I better not find any black person complaining that it's too hot. I better not. I better not. It's just not the thing to do. It's not the done thing. So yeah, it's been really hot, and of course frustrations go up when you can't get cool, and people have been buying the fans out of stock now everywhere, fans. So we can't cool down, so we're getting more frustrated. So if you haven't got a minute to put towards understanding the confusion everyone's going through, and understanding the frustration everyone's going through, you will react badly. And if you're not of the emotional state that you're controlled in your reaction, then yeah, their reaction is going to be the same as yours. And yeah, no one is escalate, escalate, escalate. What you need to teach your children, because I truly believe it is the parents' fault, in my opinion, is that there is a thing called the cycle of behavior. It's the cycle of behavior goes as my attitude affects my behavior, which affects your attitude, which affects your behavior, which affects their attitude, which affects their behavior, which affects my attitude, which affects my behavior. So the attitude behavior cycle continues. It continues because no one's changing their attitude. The only way you're going to change the attitude of these kids is when you make them know their own power, when you make them so confident that raise their self-esteem to such heights where they don't need to run streets. They don't need to get a name for themselves by stabbing another person, hurting another person. They don't need to get money the fast and furious way, which is the laziest way. They will put their brain, because they have the knowledge, they know they have the knowledge and the capability and the perseverance to get stuff done on their own way, in their own way, and don't have to fall that way towards death and certain incarceration. So if you can change their attitude by raising their self-esteem and confidence, then they will change their behavior towards anyone that brings their frustration to them. And so therefore, that person who expected to get harsh retaliation or harsh attitude will then change their behavior, and it will slowly change. The thing is with today's youth is that they want everything now. It's a cyber generation, you see, and they want everything yesterday. They want it in a millisecond. They ask for it, and they're not waiting for anything. They're far too impatient, and this is because of peer pressure caused by everyone needing everything and wanted to, stunt and style out, just show the world that they're worth something by becoming marketed material. This government and every other government has only one use for you, is to get the most production out of you while you're in working age. And back in the day when kids were working, they were getting you from 8, 9 years old doing chimney work and stuff like that, right up until you died. There was no pension age. There wasn't no retirement age. And so now we've got restrictions in place by the very EU. Well, we had them before the EU, but you've got these restrictions in place which tell us you can't work till now, and you cannot work, you retire around this age and you get your pension. So they've only got a slot where they can say, right, let's get these guys to work. So they have to manipulate you as soon as possible. And they start in schools. They start teaching you about Nike, Adidas. They start teaching you about Fendi and trying to teach you about, all these marketing products and fashion, and trying to be the most beautiful and the most important person in your class. And they give you championship medals for this, that, and the other. They give you awards for turning up on time. They're trying to congratulate you, so everyone in second place feels some kind of way because they haven't been given that support to think that you could do better, but we're not going to tell you that. You could do outside of this, but we're not going to tell you that. You play by their rules. You're in the game, and then if you're in the game, you're being manipulated from day one. So this behavior that you see out there, part of society's fault, because we're the parents, we give them the guide, we give them the strength, is ours. But the other part, where the government comes into play, when they teach you at school, what they give you on TV, what they allow to be advertised, what they allow you to purchase at a certain time in your life, is down to the government trying to control you. All right, this is anyone that's in control of you makes them your slave. You are working for them under their rules. Okay, so this is why I'm self-employed. I have a certain freedom, you see. If I don't work, I don't eat. If I don't do what I do for a living, which is to help people, then no one gets helped. If I don't do it, then I don't get what I want out of life. See, so I'm going out there trying to be my own man and free from outside pressures so I can help y'all. It's a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna play a tune, get you to gather your thoughts, and then we'll be back for Over There. Everyone remember Trayvon? Trayvon. This tune is so storming. Wow. Oh, shit, nigga. Get in the chat room, peeps. Who's listening? Who's watching me? Who's out there? Who's out there? Can't see you. Say hello. Yes, Erwin. How you doing, Erwin? Erwin out in Germany, you know. We're in Germany. Okay, there's a lot of businesses. I've got a lot of pages out there on Facebook, and one of them is called Black People Business. There's out of CDMA, and I'm always putting stuff out about my community groups and what we're up to, as you've probably noticed by the notifications. And I'm also trying to elevate the people around me by advertising their businesses on my Facebook page. Okay, so especially my people, because we've been given the short end of the short stick. So we have to climb 3 times harder, 3 times faster. You know, we have to do more. So I'm just helping my people along because other people have got little step ups already. So if anyone asks them for help, I'm going to do all I can to help them, and that's what I was asked to do. So I did that. So if you want to advertise on this show, you let me know in my inbox or send me an email, cdma.uk@hotmail.co.uk. That's cdma.uk@hotmail.co.uk. And then I will play your advert. Send me the sound bite. I'll play your advert. I'll make sure that you get it done. There's at least 3 times I can play adverts on this show. The advertising slot will be about 2 minutes. So if you want to, even if you're not really in business, you just want to tell people, yo, I do a little decorating. Like my brother-in-law is Tyson, you know. I'm not married anymore, but you know, brother's a brother, right? He's my brother. So he's called Tyson, and he's a decorator, professional decorator. And kind of around summer, he's contracted to the council. When their contract's done, he needs work. So he's out there, he's ready. If you need a professional decorator, then go and help Tyson. Get me. I'll contact Tyson for you, and then he will sort you out. Very cheap. Don't worry about the money. He's cheap. He's cool, and he's obviously very professional as he works for the council. Blah blah blah. So now got contracts all over the place, but that's definitely what he's on. If you want to get into radio stations, if you want professional radio station, FM, if you want to get that, and you're businessman, you're interested in doing that, then contact me as well, because I've got people that are trying to set up radio stations for real, FM, and all they need is someone that can deal with paperwork while they deal with the actual station. So if you want to be a partner, if you want to get someone else to do the hard work and you do the the admin and stuff like that, maybe even invest in it, for your own business purposes, your own entrepreneurial business services, then contact me again. I've got a couple of people that are in radio already. They're in like online shows like I'm doing now, but because I've got a media group called BLAPPS People Productions, I help people to get into that kind of business as well. So this is what I do. This is all I do every day. This is what I do. So it's BLAPPS, mate, is Better Living and Positive Propaganda System. It's a system I've devised using my philosophy, drawn on from Taoism and my own life philosophy, to make things better for everyone around me, because I feel everyone is my family. Everyone is my family. So what you do when you protect your family, you love your family, so you protect your family. That's the way you perform love. You protect everyone. And everything I do in life is about protection. I've got Warriors Security, I've got Warriors Wing Chun Kung Fu School. I teach ARMS, Absolute Reality Martial System, as a self-defense course. I teach mind, body, and warrior spirit classes to people who need to raise their self-esteem and confidence. I do life coaching, I do mentoring for the youth. All this is to make them more prepared for life, more understanding of what life can bring to them, how to deal with it, so they don't fall short or freeze, basically. So that's what I do for a living. I'm a life investigator. That's my true title. I investigate life. I investigate life so it tests me. I find out more about myself. I become more enlightened of myself. I know my own power, and therefore I am so strong I can help out other people. You see what I did there? Usually it's called I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to protect you no matter what. Okay, that's what the whole BLAPPS philosophy is about. So you are in BLAPPS. You are BLAPPS people, unless of course you do something to get yourself ousted or ignored, basically, by us. But unless you know better, you are BLAPPS people. Good to meet you. You're BLAPPS people, so you should have it in your heart as a person, regular person, or even a martial artist who is more responsible for helping their community and boosting their community, because they're a stronger part of the community. They're the ones that are testing themselves, remember, all the time. Unless you've got a way to test yourself, how are you going to know where you're strong and where you're weak? How are you going to know? Some people use the army. Some people use the church. Some people use Samaritans. Some people use where they starve themselves. What is it? Once Ramadan, that's it. Once a year, they test themselves and they find out after that month, wow, I've got more determination than I thought. I was weak on that third day. I was stronger later on. I lost this, but it still didn't, they find out about themselves. It's a test. They're making sure that they're in remembrance of people that are weaker than themselves. So when Ramadan finish, Eid start, blah, 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 they are one with helping people that are fit, they feel need help outside of themselves. So we are now on over there. And today we're talking about Donald Trump again. But this time we're talking about Donald Trump needing some kind of distraction away from the continuing fallout from war, from the Helsinki debacle with Putin. The old debate that they had. Their talks privately for 2 hours that no one knows what happened. And so when he came back, everyone was thinking about, what did you talk about? There's nothing official. Well, yeah, it was an official meeting. You were in there for 2 hours with just the translators, and yet we've got nothing. So they're subpoenaing the translators so they can find out more. They have to do that because Trump won't tell them. Trump said he's told people that are close that need to know, but the world doesn't need to know. But Putin is gone in Russian TV and news. Putin saying, "Yeah, we're going to implement what we agreed upon in the meeting as soon as possible." All they care about is that Trump does what he tells them to do. This is my puppeteering hands. This is me puppeteering. Trump's here, so it's puppeteering. Yeah. Have you seen the memes that have been going around the world? Oh wow, harsh memes with Trump as a baby on the nipple of Putin, and as a lapdog on a lead, and with a gimp mask, saying, "Yeah, this is a well done, good boy." Oh wow! And this guy has to walk the streets of America saying that I run you, I'm the president, I'm the strong one here, and yet he's acted that way to the point where he's now had to think of something he can do to distract. So what's he thought of? Who do we not like? Venezuela? Oh no, Venezuela is far too happy right now, even though they're going through massive turmoil. It's not like I can get involved in that one and change the people in charge there. Hostile takeover is what America do to distract. So he needs a severe distraction. That's why he's calling out Iran. Iran, wait, watch yourself. Don't threaten us. We will bring down hellfire and brimstone and blah 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 and serious diarrhea on your country if you ever threaten us again. And then Iran was like, huh? What is that? America, you don't impress me. Shh. Don't talk to me. You can't talk to me. You have no moral standing in your own country. We saw what Putin did to you. We saw where he put his Okay, right. So don't come chatting to us about everything. Don't bring it here. Don't bring it here. That's what Iran's saying. Don't bring it here. We ain't doing nothing. We're cool. You don't want war with us. We ain't the ones. Don't try it on us, brother. Try Venezuela. Oh, you tried Venezuela already? Nah. Well, move along then. Move along. How do we know that he wants it with Iran? Well, I'll let you know. Australia operatives, the spies, they have been asked by America to point out weak targets, to point out sensitive targets in Iran, good for bombing, because we're going to do it in a month. They've already decided they're going to do this. Rather, Trump has decided this would be the best way to distract away from Robert Mueller's investigation and all this pressure I'm feeling from everyone because I was up Putin's ass a couple of weeks ago for the world to see. And I did not take it back. I thought my own government that I run, that is under me, did a bad job when they investigated it so completely. They found out that Russia had actually tampered with the election. I'm trying to tell everyone I won fair and square. It's not washing, Donald. We all know what you're trying to cover up. And again, with this Playboy model that he said he didn't pay, but Michael Cohen has said, of course he paid it. I did it for you. And I will testify that in the Mueller probe. And what's more, you were in that meeting. You were told about that meeting that your son had with the Russians, telling them they got dirt on Hillary. So now I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to cover up everything by just waging a war because your base only cares about what you're doing for America. for America. They only care about what America's doing. They think Donald Trump's the second coming of Jesus Christ. That's how they are. Nothing you can tell these people will tear them away from the fact Donald is the new Jesus Christ. Donald Trump is the new Jesus Christ to his base, who are about 35% of America's voting population. So that it's amazing to me. The stuff that he said himself, I could point a gun on New York Avenue or something and shoot someone on Fifth Avenue or something. I could shoot someone and get away with it. My base will still vote for me. And I think he's right. But that's nothing to be proud of. That just shows how damn stupid your voters are, the people that agree with you. And the thing is, the Republican Party, the GOP, the Grando Party, they have to fall in line with any bullshit this man does. Anything. It's amazing to me. I don't understand how this guy continues to get away with it. But because he went wild and continued to go wild and has lied so consistently about everything and doubled down and tripled down, it comes over as though they've got no choice now but to ride this horse into the fire and just see what happens. See if we get burned crispy or if we get through and there's water on the other side, blah, blah, blah. But this guy is leading them to total destruction. In November, they got some primaries. Every 2 years, they run primaries. They've got a primary, and this is when they're going to lose lots of seats on the Senate and in the Senate, isn't it? Because they're just going to flip. Voters know they're voting for progressive Democrats now, who want free healthcare, and they want to give your child education free, and they're talking about all the stuff that Donald Trump's people saying, oh, you want to force free healthcare on us? That ain't right. We want to pay insurance, man. And you want to give our child free education? How dare you? That's nice. They are beginning to see, especially when Trump's people that he pushes lose every single election to a new progressive Democrat. They're starting to think maybe our guys don't understand what they're doing and they're following a guy that is pushing this rhetoric too far to the point where it's a really bad idea to be friends with Russia. Maybe it's not so good. Anywho, that was what's happening over there. I'm going to play another tune while you decide if you're going to come into the chat room and chat with me. But yeah, the next thing is celebrity and community. Pretty cool. All right, watch out for this. This is Africa Must Wake Up by Damian Marley. Hello, Nigel. Blaps. Blaps. Blaps people's in the house. Yes, Nigel Griffiths. How are thee, man? How are you, man? Get in the chat room, bro. Okay. Yeah, that was Damian Marley and Africa Wake Up. Classic tune. Yowza. So, welcome to Nigel. We've got Nigel Griffiths. Yeah, we got. Who else we got in the chat room? We've got Julie Brown and Hayden Wells. Awesome. Don't know where the other guys, normal people, but welcome. Thanks for coming in. Let me know what you want to talk about. Anything you want, I don't mind. Just like you, I've got a bum hole. Yeah, so therefore I have an opinion. Because everyone's got one. Do you see what? Yeah. These jokes, I'll make these jokes for you. You guys. Okay, cool. Anyway, doesn't matter. Excuse me for saying them. Is it my French? Is it Swedish word? I can't remember actually. I don't know where I was told that comes from. Them. I think it comes from France. That's why they keep saying, excuse my French. Let me cut that for a second. Right. Right. Celebrity and community we're talking about now. All right. For the next quarter quarter of an hour, blah, blah, blah. Celebrity community is all about, you know, those people that we idolize, people that we like to talk about, that affect us and our inspirations and things like that. Could be role models as well, because that's community stuff. Our community heroes, often the celebrities in the community. You see what I said? See what I did there? I've been called role model before. I was awarded role modelship. It was quite weird actually, because I started the page that awards people role modelship, but you can't put your own name up. You can't put yourself up as a role model. Someone has to suggest it, and then someone has to second it, and then loads of people have to vote to make you a role model. Once you are a role model, you get a certificate from us, because our website is affiliated to it. The CDMA is the affiliating body that decides, you know, through the voting, that they put who gets certificate, and that they get a little metal pin. Is quite cute, and you get "I'm a role model" pin, and then people see that and say, "Why are you a role model?" And then you can tell them as part. And see, you get to tell people, you get to show people, you know, because it's quite boasted. So I'm a role model. But if someone sees the pin, they know that you've been awarded it for some reason. But you've got that for a reason. So they want to know why you're a role model. What have you done in your community to make yourself seen as a strong man, woman, or child in the community? What have you done today? What have you done? Yeah, there's my question. What have you done in the community? Anyway, we're not talking about role models right now. Oh yeah, another thing you could do is any type of literature that you got, you can put RM after your name. That's why I've got Victor S. Evelyn RM, you see? And it goes to the model. I've got RM, I'm a role model. That's why I've got RM after my name. That's the website you go on to tell people who you consider as a role model and that you should vote on it. And once we've voted on it, they've got a certain amount of voting, they become a role model, they go on the list. The first person that was considered a role model was Jackie Chan. Muhammad Ali's on there, obviously. But you see what I'm talking about? There's loads of leaders and, you know, people in politics and stuff like that. Even sportsmen are on there. I think yeah, Usain Bolt is on there. Yeah, a lot of sportsmen on there. Sports people, I should say. Very cute here. See. Oh yes, all right. Celebrity community. Talk about Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible 7. I'm going with 7. It's called Fallout because it follows on from number 6. I think was Ghost Protocol, where they set off a bomb safely, but there's fallout from it, and it's not the normal kind of James Bond thing where they accept a mission. Should you accept it, and blah blah blah. This will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Blah blah blah. This is more along the lines of, wow, that was really important, and then these people have stolen more stuff. We need to get them as well, or they're going to cause another stuff which will cause worse because there'll be more fallout. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Tom Cruise. I was watching, because you may think, you may know me, you may think you know me, but I'm really driven by films. It's my thing. I love films. I watch at least one film per day, and I've been doing that for over 30 odd years. I watch at least one film per day, and sometimes I watch a film more than once. many times. But Tom Cruise in this one, I was watching some background to it, and because I love Mission Impossible, I was watching it as a TV series when I was growing up. And when the first film came out, I was like, "This is awesome! He's nailed it as an actor." But this one, I was like, "Okay, he's doing some stunts." I like stunt work. You might know that as well. I've got LU3 one and Stunt and Film Elite as one of the initiatives, 2 of the initiatives in the CDMA, the Community Development Through Martial Arts. So when this film came out, I know there's going to be a lot of crazy stunts in it because it's Tom Cruise and he loves doing his own stunts. But what I did not know was This man is serious. He's not joking, this guy, Tom Cruise. You might have known Tom Cruise from crazy stuff like his marriages, his crazy Oprah interview where he went off. He was so happy. He was ridiculous happy. Watch the interview, you'll agree. And Scientology, right, which is his preferred method of philosophy or religion, whatever, where he gives money to it, and it's up to him. He's as far as I know, I think he's well on his way to being a billionaire. He's in loads of businesses. He's producer for loads of films and different things on TV and blah blah blah. So he's got a lot going on in his life. So he's got plenty of money. And people might say, "Oh, it's down to Scientology," because it's kind of like a secret society kind of thing, where they're currently running the country. Cray. But you know what? So anyway, so you might know for that. But when you talk about his stunts, you might think he jumps off the back of a car. He might have an explosion go off behind him, and he might have his own martial arts going on. But this guy can fly a helicopter. He learned to fly a helicopter so he could learn to do stunts flying the helicopter. Acrobatics with a helicopter. I thought, nah, that's hearsay. Until I saw the film being made, shooting of the film being made, and he's testing a helicopter, and you see him taking off in the helicopter, flying it around, and it's like, what? Next week, I thought, right, well, I was trying to get over that. I was like, this man is committed. Seriously, he's like one of the, if not the biggest acting movie star right now in this day and age. Worth hundreds of millions. Oh my God! He's to the companies he works for, he's worth billions, right? So he's not the franchise for Mission Impossible has made billions. So he has to be careful. Jackie Chan cannot get insured for any film he makes because they will not pay he cannot afford the insurance payment. It would be too much insurance to pay. It would be literally the money that they will pay him for doing the film, he'd have to pay to insurance to protect him. So they don't have no insurance. It's just, let's be careful. He is doing parachute jumping. He's not even being light about it. He's got the whole get up, and you see him jump out with the cameraman, and he's doing all the barrel roll stunts, blah blah blah. So you know he's jumped over 50 times himself. But he's also been taught by the stuntmen, the stunt team. So he can do everything in a parachute. He's literally James Bond. Personification of James Bond. Tom Cruise is a personification. The reality of he's James Bond. He's James Bond. Watch his film. He's on a motorbike, doing skids and turns, jumps and everything. In a motorbike. You see him doing it without a helmet on. Man, he's a maniac. He's going for the, because I'm talking like I'm a director of a film, and I have to worry about my lead man. And I see him. What are you doing there? What are you getting on a motorbike? Put the helmet on there. What do you mean you're not going to wear a helmet? What are you on about, Tom? Tom, stop messing about, bro. You know how much? Oh my God! You're going to do a skid and turn and jump over? Tom, stop talking, bro. They must have a heart attack every time. But when you see him, they just hugging him and they trust him because they know he's a total professional. And what can you tell children these days? Tom Cruise who? And that's a rubbish film, and this is a crap film, and he was rubbish in that other film, blah blah blah. But don't watch that. Watch the backgrounds to these movies being made. You don't get a sense of how good these guys are until you see them doing what they do in the background to make the film happen. Okay, another person I could talk about on this, but I don't want to get him involved, is Denzel Washington. Another one is Keanu Reeves. These people, serious committal to their trade. Unbelievable. What they go through to there's so many actors I can name, but today's, because it's topical, Mission Impossible is now at the cinemas. Go and check it out. Yeah, Tom Cruise is immense. Right. I also want to talk about the martial arts anti-bullying collective. I'll put a link. Hello, Mary. Is JJ there? Matt, how you doing? Hello, Mary. Hello. I'm always thinking about you, Mary. What are you talking about? Stop. Nah, stop that. I'm always thinking about you guys. Always. I'm thinking, when am I going to get my next cake? I'm thinking, when am I going to get my next food invite? You know, I know I don't have to be invited. Sure, I was only joking. Okay. Hello, Mary. Thanks for coming in. Tell me who you love in the movies. Tell me who you love to watch. Tell me whose bottom you like to look at. I know. Okay, so this I also want to talk about the Martial Arts Anti-Bullying Collective, which is a group of martial arts schools all around the world now. We've got them in Australia, in Perth, Australia. Is it Australia? Yeah. And we've got them in London, America, got loads in the UK. And I started this collective. Basically, we teach instructors how to deliver to those who may be considered to be bullies, or those who are considered being bullied by their parents or whatever. So they might get referred from the school and they join the club that is closest to them, who has got their logo, or my logo on their website. So it shows the parents that need to find an anti-bullying collective that teaches the anti-bullying campaign in schools or in their classes by looking for the logo. So you find a logo, you ring up the school, and then the school says, yes, we've got a program provided by the CDMA, MAABC, and you can come in and we'll deliver it to your child, and that will be free of charge. So that's what we do in the collective. We're trying to make kids more confident. Bullied kids are some of the most scared children on the planet, right? There's a reason why kids bully and a reason why kids get bullied, and it's always fear. Always fear. Okay, so if you see someone bullying, it's because they're scared of something. If you see someone getting bullied, it's because they're scared of something. You see? So what we try to do in the did I say the T word? What we do in the MAABC is to deliver after school and deliver the campaign after school in schools that ask about us, or in classes run by our personal schools. Okay, and yes, like I say, usually they're delivered free. At least once, one lesson is free, or the child will be taken on separately in a different class and taught in the school. So yeah, that's what we do. And we've got an event to bring awareness to the MAABC, and it's supposed to be happening on the 29th of August, which is next month, 4 weeks from now. But we did a dry run today in the rain. Yes, it rained on our dry run. Let's do the joke. Go on then. It rained on a dry run. Okay, fair. And then we were discussing the weekend and what parking would be like, and if we can get concession stand down there and all this kind of stuff. Then Mark was like, Vic, what weekend is this? I goes, the last one, I think. That's bank holiday weekend, isn't it? I goes, yeah. He goes, I'm not going to be here. And I was like, okay, that means that a lot of parents with children are not going to be here because this child, they're going on holiday. So now we have to revisit the date we're going to do it on. It looks like so far, penciled in, is the 30th of September, which is the last Sunday in September. So if you got a chance to be down there, we're going to do the Guinness Book of Records attempt. We're actually going to set the record because it's never been done before. So we're going to set a record, the Guinness Book of Record. This is in the world, the largest walk-in self-defense class ever held anywhere on the planet Earth, which means we're just going to advertise it. It's going to be like a flash mob that you're told via tweet, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. The lesson is on there now. Go and take part and help bring awareness to the MAABC, which is an anti-bullying initiative. And we're trying to set the Guinness Book of Record. We've got a couple of stars coming down, celebrities coming down, obviously, celebrity in the community, celebrities, community. And we've got MPs and local dignitaries, blah, 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 turning up as well to do the actual class, which will be taught by 6 different martial arts systems in 1 hour, about an hour, okay? So it's going to be quick, it's going to be fast. People are going to learn exactly what's going on, how to defend themselves in this real quick snapshot lesson. They're going to learn from 6 different martial arts systems, real techniques to deal with attacks on the street, okay? So don't miss that. That's on, I'll be obviously telling you on every show between now and then. But to remind you and all that, and I'll put links in to the website which advertises it. But yeah, that is celebrity and community. And now I'm going to play my last tune, a little bit, half of the tune, and then I'll tell you what sparks me off. Wow. Okay. There you go. This is Ramsey Lewis and Slick. True story, Mary. True story. Right, I'm going to have to cut into this record as usual because I don't get much time to talk about. You're lucky that I have adverts actually because this will take up a lot of time. Right, I'm going to talk about something very dear to Mary's heart and my own, as she has stated in this very chat room. I'm only interested in the food. Yeah, you're right. So I love the food you make. Don't make it so well then. Don't make it so well then. I wouldn't come round all the time just to eat the food. JJ's all right. I like him as well. Yeah, I'll turn up for JJ as well. But, you know, the rest of it, just the food. Yeah, you're right. Now, anyway, talking about, I'm obviously joking. Yeah. We're talking, oh, why do you turn this thing down? Hold on. Okay, all right. So we're talking about in what sparks me off. This is the time where I'd normally, I'm waiting for someone to send me a soundbite that I can play at this point. Victor's going to talk about what sparks him off. He's so angry. And that would be an awesome little jingle. But I haven't got one because I'm too lazy to make one, not equipped to do so, or haven't got the skill to. So I'm waiting for someone to come and give me that. So today is a quick one. What sparks me off? I'll talk about what gets on my nerves, what grinds my gears, blah, blah, blah. And today's subject is wasting food. People who waste food. People who throw away stuff that is close to the sell-by date. People who don't buy food because, oh, it's too close to the sell-by date. oh, this has gone off. This milk has gone off because it's 1 day over the use by date. I'm like, what were you talking about? I've drunk milk that is 1 week over the, and it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You need to smell it. You need to understand what goes off when and blah, 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 what you can do with food that's going and what you can do with it, how you can cook it. That's what you do. I mean, in restaurants, they don't get rid of the vegetables that are slightly going off, that are old or something. They make soup out of them. That's how you get soup of the day. You didn't know that. Tell me you didn't know. Seriously, you did not know that. That's soup of the day. That's how they make the soup of the day. Why is it always vegetable based? Why? Why is it always the thing that's gone off the menu from last time? Well, why? Right. Anyway, so yeah, I've got this friend called Mark Brewer. Now, I go and teach his son every week on a Sunday usually, and he makes me dinner because he's that kind of guy. He's a nice guy. And he doesn't waste a thing. This guy makes soup. No, wait, makes gravy out of the used, the chicken carcasses left over from a meal before. So he'll chop up the marrow and put them up in some onions and make a gravy out of it. It tastes absolutely awesome. And the food, he will not throw away a thing. He said if he had a dog, it would be almost completely recycled. Everything will be used, everything, if he had a dog. But since he doesn't, he just eats everything. So he will freeze stuff. He will make soup, put them down. He will buy a couple of chickens, make about 4 different meals out of them, freeze them, put them away. Because he lives with his son, obviously, and you know, there's only 2 of them there. So all the time I go around there, it's always good food. It's always awesome meals. And he makes them so cheap, and they're healthy as well. Mitchell is probably the healthiest boy I've ever met, outside of JJ. JJ is ridiculous healthy because Mary's on the case. Mary doesn't mess with food either. So this is what I'm talking about. If you're interested in making your child strong and accomplished for the future, that he will not waste the world's resources because he's had the upbringing planted in the back of his head, then you should be thinking about recycling all the food and using up all the food, not wasting it. I wanted to get into dumpster diving, but I thought I would need a garage to hold the amount of food I would take out of the garbage of these supermarkets and supers. They're unbelievable. They're ridiculous how much America wastes. It's just a wasteful country. There's tons, millions of tons that could be going to another country. There's so much waste because they order over the amount that they think they're going to sell, and they just dump it into the dumpster because it's used by date comes in 2 days early. Anyway, gets on my nerves, grinds my gears. Let me see if anyone's in the chat room. I've gone over as usual, 2 minutes over. I know better than to pee off a Sicilian mama. I get it. I'm not peed. I love you, Mary. I love you. I love you. It's in the chat room. Check the chat room. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's in the chat room. So don't bring your shotgun around me. All right. All right. But anyway, that's it for today. That is BLAPPS Talk. You got something to talk about at work tomorrow in the school courtyard, blah blah, play school, and the nursery. You can chat to the people that take care of your babies about what I talked about today. Awesome, thank you. I enjoyed myself again. Got stuff off my chest. It's very therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm in there. I'm here by myself, like ranting and raving by myself, shouting at the TV. It's not great. But today, on these days, Sundays, 6 o'clock, I get it off my chest. Talk to people about it. Mash it up. Make it smaller. Problem shared, problem halved. Blah, blah, blah. So great for coming in. Thank you again to all the people that come. Thank you, Mary, on the bottom there. Julie, love, heaven. Remember, heaven sent. Yes, good. And Nigel and Hayden. Yeah, I think that's everyone. I don't know. Could be some more, but could be silent listeners as well. But I'm way over now. 5 minutes. I'm trying to keep it to a strong hour, like I said before. so you never get bored. But this has been BLAPPS TARK. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it, people. Nothing. Everybody be cool. You be cool. And you have been BLAPPS.